The book is called Earned. Damn straight it's earned. And I'm not just saying that because this very large man's looking at me introduce him. Hockey Hall of Famer Chris Pronger is here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Welcome.
What's up, man?
Much. Good to see you. It's been a while.
How'd you get Brett Hull to write the blurb on the back, huh? You know him, huh?
I pulled out a few...
Pulled a few favors?
Pulled a few favors out of the little bag of tricks.
It's so good to see you.
To see you.
You had photographs of the last time we saw each other. You got it on the. Let's put it here. I saw you at Joe Buck and Michelle Beisner Buck's wedding.
Yes, there we are. And by the way, those are my old teeth.
Look at you now.
Look at you now.
Look at you now.
Yes.
Okay, those are your old teeth.
Yeah. I've since got them fixed.
And then
you guys look properly lubricated here.
You look like you had a good time.
It was in Cabo, and it was
on
hot,
the beach,
and it was fun on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Joe pulled out all the stuff.
Yes. A lot of fun was
Look
had.
who's there in the middle.
Oh, hello. There you are.
There he is in the middle.
Yeah.
No, Rich, didn't you?
Those are his original teeth too. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm
Man does
surprised
not
they weren't a
age
little red in that picture.
ever. I know. A lot of red wine. It's a lot of red wine.
Rich, you introduced Joe on the show, right? Was that how that?
Well, I mean, Joe, and I told the story at the wedding, and I think I was quite lubricated when I got on the stage. But yeah, like Joe reached out to me because Michelle and I were working together at the NFL Network, and he's just like, I'd like to get Michelle's number. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to her, and I said, is it okay if I give a number to a very top-notch A-list broadcaster in the business is asking for it? And then she started naming one after the other, and eventually she got to Joe. And now they're married. So
With 2 kids.
And you must, and by the way, I think their kids are at Blues games all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
He was just at I did
I saw that
TV
video.
on last Saturday.
Yeah.
And Blake was on the ice.
Yeah, their
wheeling
boys
around.
are out there,
Yeah.
right? And did I see Joe
interviewed him. Joe interviewed.
Did you see this
nice
video?
little
Oh,
intermission.
that's
It was nice. Yeah, it was cool.
Look, and
He had the wet hair, and he was into it.
We were there the night they got married. Now look, they got kids at Blues games.
We're all grows up now.
So is that where you met Joe? St. Louis, I imagine.
St. Louis. If you buy the book,
if
you buy that book,
yes,
I did a podcast, like little 30-minute hit with Joe and John Hamm.
Ham is Mr. St. Louis too.
So John Hamm was a bartender at a bar I used to go to.
No kidding.
My first year in St. Louis when the booze were raining down on top of me.
BOOS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the booze came from John Hamm. The other booze
came from the fans.
Yes.
From the people.
From the fans to the bar to John Hamm to me.
So funny. Earned, the true cost of greatness from one of hockey's fiercest competitors, is available everywhere on Tuesday, April 14th. Go and pre-order the book wherever you can get them. Chris Pronger is here on the show, and we're here in Southern California. All the Duck fans there in Southern California, Orange County, Anaheim,
Fired
all over
up.
the place, dude. You probably don't buy a meal anywhere in that part of the country.
Well, I did last night. I did eat at Solani Steak Tavern, so
Solani
that helped.
Timu picked it up for you?
No, the Ducks actually did. But
Okay, look
I think
at
they
us.
were supporting Temu's Steakhouse.
Right.
While I did a book event for them last night.
Well, that's awesome.
With some of their premium seat holders, and
dude,
it was a great night.
And
by the way, he did the forward of the book.
He did indeed.
Temu did the forward in the book.
Okay.
It's in Finglish.
That's right. English. I've never heard that word.
And most people do not realize this. I am 50% Finn. My mom is from Finland.
Hey, go figure that.
So we have that connection, albeit we used to butt heads a lot prior to us playing together in Anaheim.
Well, you and I both got our career starts in Connecticut. Professional career starts. Yes. And I will never forget, you started as a member of the Hartford Whalers.
Thank you.
I will never forget when my ESPN colleagues, after I first arrived there in 1996, said, let's go to a Whalers game. And I'm like, sure. And they took me to a mall. And I'm like, is this where we're going to eat first?
Yes.
Like, is this where we're going to, we're going to go get, thank God it's Friday.
Is this really happening?
I know. I couldn't, no, that's where the arena is.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that, And that's where you got things started off.
Yeah.
You know.
Guess who I ran into a couple months ago in St. Louis?
Who's that?
Chris Berman came up to the booth.
Hey.
Came to say hi. Bernie was there. They were telling old war stories from way back in the day.
So Berman probably was he telling whale stories?
He was telling a lot of Whalers stories.
I remember that back in the day, man. And that was when, you know, obviously Yager and Lemieux were killing it.
Yes.
Yeah, they whipped in 90. You were gone in 96. But
96, I had just left.
You just left to go to St. Louis and start that big part of your career.
Yeah.
I just remember I went that night. It was the Penguins in against the Whale in the Mall, 7-1. Both of them had hat tricks.
Unfortunately, when I was with the Whalers, we had a few of those nights too. I was not wearing a gray jacket. I was wearing a green jacket.
Nice.
Because I led the tour that day, and I was -5 or whatever I was.
The best player you ever played with, I think I know who it might be, but I'll give you that on the floor.
I've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of great players.
Right.
Obviously, for a period of time, 99, the great one.
Right.
In St. Louis. And actually, at that part of my career, he was instrumental in us getting him. He kind of took the focus off of me and the booze.
Right.
And everybody, as should be, all eyes on him and, you know, what he brought to our team. And it kind of gave me that quiet time to get away to kind of find my game and really find myself. And
no kidding.
Yeah.
So
Well, just the notoriety, like the scrutiny of everybody. The attention was on me, and it went to him, rightly so.
Yes.
And, you know, just to watch him, how he handled the media scrutiny and the fan attention and how he practiced, how he came to play every night, and just being able to watch somebody of that caliber every single day. If you're a sponge, you can take a lot in.
I bet. What was the best piece of advice he gave you? Do you recall that?
I think just... I don't know if I ever asked him that. I think it was.
Did he ever impart anything?
Impart some wisdom?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay.
No, I think he was more in awe of what was going on around him with Mike Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan being the coach and GM.
Yeah, he was coach GM at the time, and I will say the second game of our second round playoff series against the Detroit Red Wings was on an afternoon game on Fox.
Yeah.
And if you remember, they had the laser.
Yeah, the glowing puck.
The glowing puck.
Yeah.
And we lost, I believe it was 8-1. Don't quote me on that. You know, a little foggy, but 8-1, I think. And Mike came in the locker room and berated every single person. And then he got to Gretz.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he'd ever been talked like that before. He absolutely laid into him. And
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. And I think that was about it. He had seen enough. He's like, I don't think I'm going to be signing here.
No kidding. Because I know, you know, Keenan was no wallflower, but he laid into Wayne Gretzky.
Yes. Very intently. He did not pull any punches. Let's just say that.
That's something
that's
something you won't forget.
No.
You know?
And I get it. You know, my third year pro, my first year there, I was kind of the whipping boy. So if he's going to lay into me, I get it.
Right.
But at that stage, to him, probably not the best idea.
Huh. I've got Chris Pronger here on the Rich Eisen Show. Why'd you write the book? What about it?
It was probably time. You know, I've been building out a speaking platform and, you know, kind of thinking about, as I'm building out these speeches, kind of a lot of life experiences and things that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of, good and bad.
Sure.
And I think just showcasing the journey that I was on and the decisions that I was forced to make, some good, some bad. And then living with them and taking ownership of them and then learning from them. And so the book is kind of part memoir, part life lessons gleaned from my life and career, and kind of a playbook of sorts to how to level up.
And in terms of your career, where do you keep your gold medals?
They are currently hanging in my wall. I have a little basement area walking towards my man cave area, and I have trophies on the left and my medals on the right.
So
shadow box.
I don't know if you could rank them, because gold medals are gold medals, but I imagine winning in Vancouver in overtime with Crosby lighting a lamp, does that one, or is the first one in Salt Lake one that stands out to
well,
you?
the first one's always the best.
Yes.
But winning on home soil in that manner,
yes,
with that kid at the time, the golden goal. I don't think the NHL could have scripted that any better.
Mm-hmm.
But that Olympics in particular, Vancouver showed so well. They were such a great host. And then for us to be the 25th gold medal, the most in Canadian history in the Winter Olympics. And I think we won the most medals, period, in a Winter Olympics for Canada. So just everything surrounding that was awesome. And then to win in that fashion against the U.S., who had beat us earlier in the tournament 5-2 and kind of pounded us, to get our comeback game or our comeuppance, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Our revenge.
Yes.
In that fashion, I think was fitting.
Yeah, of course. Well, you also don't want to win a silver medal because you get a stuffy with that.
Correct. Thank God they weren't giving those out. Where does that rank on my list? Yeah, not very high.
I don't understand where the stuffies come from.
Yeah,
like that one.
I'm not sure they thought that one through quite well. As you're getting a silver medal and you're doing that. I could tell you right now, he's looking at that going, which garbage can I throw this in when I get in the locker room? That's a Nate dog right there, not happy at that stuffy.
I mean, think about the idea of somebody coming up. Here's what we need to do. Let's soften the blow of a silver medal by giving them a stuffed animal.
I know your heart just got ripped out of your chest. Here's a stuffy to make you feel better.
What'd you think of the Four Nations when there was a throwdown?
Awesome.
All those fights in the first few seconds. I know I'm going further back.
Yeah.
Than obviously the most recent USA and Canada moment from the Olympics, but that one, I mean, true bad blood, right?
Yes.
Like real, throwdown.
I think it just showcased our game in the greatest light, just from an energy that, I talked to a bunch of players and former teammates that were in the building that night, and just the electricity in the air to start a game like that. Everybody was on the edge of their seats, and from this first fight with Hagel and Kachuk to then Bennett and the other Kachuk, and then for Parayko and Miller to kind of finish it off, and then all of a sudden we're 35 seconds into the game. We've had 3 fights, and now we can get into playing. We've got this part out of the way. This part of the rivalry is now set. Yeah. Now let's go play hockey, and just the level of play and the caliber of play of these players, leaving it all out in the line was awesome.
Who's the guy in the NHL right now? And I know you're in the media, doing Hockey Night in Canada and all the other things that you're doing. But if you're just a paying customer, you're gonna put down hard-earned Pronger dollars to see this player. Who is it?
There's a few. The kid up the road here in San Jose is pretty special, Macklin Celebrini. Mm-hmm. He comes every single night. Mm-hmm. He's got a motor on him. Nathan McKinnon's must-watch TV. Connor McDavid in Edmonton, obviously. And, I think Sid the Kid still, just how he shows up and how he prepares and how meticulous he is with his game. At his, we'll say it, his advanced age, he's, I believe, 38. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to do. And so, and how consistent he's been year in, year out. You expect a drop off at some point. Father Time is undefeated, as you know.
Yes, sir.
And at some point you have to think, but just still clipping along at that same consistent Sidney Crosby-like effort every single time he steps on the ice.
What was your first impression of Ovechkin when you saw him for the first time on the ice?
Just his speed, power, and level of passion for the game. You can see how much fun he has playing the game. And I think when you're in that locker room and you have some, Tammy was like that, not quite to the physical level, but just the joy they get from strapping on their skates and going out and playing the game. It's infectious. And, here he is beating Gretzky's record and doing that slide and all the rest of it.
Right.
It was great TV.
Yeah. The fact that he beat Gretzky's record, which is something that I think when it happened, you're like, will it ever will we ever see this again? Right. I mean, and he's the one to do it. And, Gretzky being there, and I think we're about to, this is the final 2 weeks of seeing him.
Yeah, potentially. Right?
Potentially.
And the level of consistency
yeah.
that took to beat that record, I don't think people realize. And he, with how physical he plays,
yeah.
and his style of play, to not miss very many games. I think that year he broke his leg, missed 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Outside of that, I think he'd only missed 13 or 14 games.
Who's the guy that could take Ovechkin's record down if you had to peg one right now?
It's going to take a lot of longevity.
You could say nobody.
Well, right now, I don't think to have that level of consistency and longevity. You know, he's in the same as Crosby, the same year.
Yes.
That's 20 plus years of 40 plus goals a year.
Can you believe you played 18 when you're sitting here now?
In one piece.
I
kind of one piece.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Kind of one piece.
Sure.
I mean, I have had 16 surgeries. I got a new knee and
16 surgeries.
A bunch of things. I can rattle them all off, but
just like the operation.
3 wrists, 3 hand, 5 right knee, 1 left knee, foot, back, jaw. I kind of.
You're the operations guy.
Yeah.
Who hit you the hardest?
Yeah.
Who what?
Who was the hardest that hit you?
The hardest hit ever. I got hit one night in Edmonton.
Yes.
Ethan Moreau. So this is all, like right before the lockout. Pierre Turgeon was standing right in front of me.
Oh, what a name.
As I was coming up. And all of a sudden, he just got out of the way. And I think the puck kind of flipped on me a little bit. So I put my head down to kind of flatten it, thinking Turge is in front of me. And all of a sudden, the train was coming right at me. And I picked my head up. I was like, oh, boy, this is going to hurt. Steamrolled me.
Yeah.
And I popped right up. It's fine.
Yeah, you're a hockey player. How about this one? The time you drop your gloves and you thought to yourself, what did I get myself into? Is there a moment like that? You drop your gloves against another dude and you're just like, what am I thinking? What's happening? No?
No, normally you're seeing red. If you're gonna get rid of them, you better either be mad or have an intent or purpose to what you're doing.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to get into trouble.
So let me ask you this question, because my youngest son asks me this frequently. Why does hockey let people fight and stay in the game where any other sport, if you fight, you're thrown out?
Now we're going back in history.
Please.
I don't really know, the rule, why there's 5 minutes for fighting or whatever. I just think because they didn't used to wear helmets and you have a stick in your hands, they would prefer you fight than chop you over the head and various other places on the body. I'm going to guess going way back. We're going back, 20s, 30s, etc.
But what about now? Like we're more in the
rule book.
We're
It's
more
5 minutes.
People. We're
it's
more
5 minutes for fighting in the rule book, and I can be honest with you, it relieves a lot of tension in the game and relieves. Things can be boiling over, and there's a fight, and it's like a pressure valve. Things can either go off the rails or they can be tightened up real quick with a fight or a quick conversation of, we can always handle it right here if you have a problem. Mm-hmm. And you can send a message to the other team. You can send a message, to star players. It's always like people think, we'll go back to the situation in Toronto. Austin Matthews gets hit. You're not going after Gudis. You're going after the star on Anaheim.
Right.
You want to do that to him? Well, I'm going to do it to him. And things get handled quick when that happens.
Right away. Similar to what we just said
Holly,
with the Four Nations. Like
Holly just told a story the other day on the Ice Guardians podcast. He's like, Kelly Chase would not go at the guy at me that was hacking me. He'd go over to Steve Yzerman and be like, you tell Proby to leave him alone or I'm going to beat you up. And things, then it's a quick conversation of, well, I don't want that. So can you just calm it down a little bit?
So Yzerman would go up to Bob Probert and say, well, chill out?
Probably not, but he might have to.
Probert, man, now you're naming
That's the game within the game.
Well, now you're naming wings. When I was in school there, when Bowman was, and Jacques Demers was the coach. Now you're naming names from back in my
Joey
day.
Kosher, Bob Probert.
Let's just give the fans who are listening locally here in Los Angeles on ESPN Radio, who are Anaheim fans, something.
Yeah.
If I told a kid from Canada, growing up in Canada, that you're going to win your cup in Anaheim, California, you'd have said what? In
the 80s, they have a team? What? They didn't have a team yet, right? So
right.
Their first year was actually my draft year.
Mm-hmm.
So they came into the league. And it's funny. I came to Anaheim my draft year. It was me, Rob Niedermeyer, and Chris Gratton, and we went to Disneyland and they were promoting the game and the team and whatnot.
Yeah.
And to think now, that was 14 years later, I would then win a Stanley Cup there, was pretty special. And for that to be the first in their franchise history, first at the time in California, to be able to do that and celebrate that with the great group of guys we had was incredible.
I bet. So what'd you do with the cup in the day you had it?
I got it a couple times. I had a couple pretty nice parties.
You did?
I had a party at my house in California. I lived in what's called Shady Canyon.
Yeah.
And so
Did McGuire live there?
McGuire lived in there. So he just lived up top of the hill where I was situated.
Right.
And Sugar Ray came to play my party because they're from, Newport Beach.
Yeah.
And so I had them set up out by my pool, and then I had a subterranean garage. So I blacked it out and set up a club down there, and I had a DJ set up, kind of pumping tunes in. And, things may have gotten a little crazy at times. And the band came down. We're all partying down there, and it's about 2:00 in the morning. And I happened to go upstairs because somebody wanted a bottle of wine or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm farting around in my wine cellar, and all of a sudden my party planner comes running up, and she's like, "Oh, my God, Chris, the cops are here." And I'm like, "Bring them in." Let's get a. And I go down, I grab them. I'm like, "Hey, guys, let's go get a picture with the cop." Go downstairs to the party room, and everybody's like, "Oh, my God, the cops are here." Take some pictures, do whatever. And then they're like, "Hey, can you turn the music down?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I got you. No problem. Moment they leave, crank it back up. But the funniest part of the story is it took them about 3 hours to find my house. Because I lived in that canyon, the music was pounding into my garage and then reverberating all over the canyon.
Oh, my God.
I lived right off the 405. They were across the 5 looking for this house because it was echoing all through the canyon. So they were like, "Oh, my God, we finally found your house."
Oh, my God. 2007 Southern California Neighbor of the Year, Chris Pronger.
Incredible.
Here on the Rich Eisen Show. Dude, what a blast seeing you. It's been too long.
It has been too long. Don't be a stranger.
You too.
Oh, my God.
You're around here. Let me know when you're around here. Joe's been married, like 7-8 years now or something like that. Probably 6 years, whatever. It's been a while.
Do you really want me to tell you?
How long has it been?
12 years.
No. It has not
That
been
was 2014.
Wow. Whoa. Joe and Michelle have been married 12 years already?
Well, if they officially got married, then yeah. Unless that was all staged.
Damn.
I mean, we are in Hollywood, right?
2014.
Oh, my God. Well, thanks
Time
for coming
flies,
here.
right?
Yeah, it does when you're having a good time. Everybody check out Earned, The True Cost of Greatness, Chris Pronger's book, its memoir, The True Cost of Greatness from one of hockey's fiercest competitors. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.